What's good, everybody on YouTube? It's your boy Jay Budokai. We're back with a completely different video. As you see on my screen, we are playing Hades 2, but the gameplay doesn't really matter today. It's more about me yapping because I want to talk about the future of gaming, the state of gaming, you know, what the whole gaming landscape has been looking like, because honestly, it's been kind of crazy lately. Like this year is like half the gaming teams have been laid off. Half these studios have gotten rid of somebody or some part of themselves to I don't know, to right a wrong, I guess I should say. Like by wrong I mean a failing game that they made, but you know, nowadays instead of, you know, working together as a team, we just get rid of that party that made the game, or was basically just following directions that they set for them, and gets cut off just because of that, even though they made something great, or even though they made something that was amazing. Like the people that made Hi-Fi Rush, that was that last year or this year? This year's been kind of long. Hello, was that last year or this year that Microsoft got rid of that studio? I believe that was this year. Insanity. I don't know how they made sense of doing that. You got people over at PlayStation just got rid of Concord. The people that made Concord, what was it, Firewalk Studios? Now that's different. That's not really, the writing was on the wall for that. You know, a lot of layoffs have been happening like crazy anyway. But the problem is that them making something bad, like now you're like always on ice as a gaming studio. Like unless you own yourself or you're like a big part of the overarching studio or the overarching like company like Microsoft or Sony, if you mess up, you're getting the axe. It's looking like you're getting the axe, and it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks that that's the case. And it's not like I'm a game developer or anything, but I really feel like it's really discouraging to the state of gaming as a whole, and not gaming as a whole per se, but more like the developers that make the game, because everyone's going to be not afraid to mess up, but they're going to be like, oh, well, if I mess up, this is it, you know, it's banger or bust. Now it's banger or bust, and it's always banger or bust. And yeah, it's a little surprising, and I just really want to talk about how I feel gaming's going, studios, and is it really dead, or is gaming not fun anymore? I want to tackle all of that. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Jay Budokai, and I usually don't do stuff like this because, you know, I'm usually someone that just does gameplay videos, but I did want to talk more about the whole world of gaming, because I'm a bit of a pro yapper, and this Hades 2 footage is live, but this video is kind of more or less for something you can listen to rather than you can watch me. I might even in the future have the game audio muted. Let me know if you guys care about the game audio or not when it comes to videos like this, if you're really watching it or you're really just listening to my voice. I just have some audio in the background from games that I play from a little playlist that I made. This will be very minimal editing, and it's just me yapping and me talking. So yeah, follow more if you want to, or subscribe if you want to see more of this. Leave a like down below if you guys are enjoying this kind of content, because I do really enjoy just talking about things that I like gaming, and probably going to talk about anime and other things like that at some point on this, but it's just something that I plan on doing a lot more in the future. So yeah, appreciate that. We are trying to hit 500 subscribers, and if you do like Dragon Ball, I big recommend you follow, because Dragon Ball is one of my main things that I talk about. It's my favorite thing ever. I love Dragon Ball. But back to the you know, the main topic at hand here is the first thing I want to talk about is gaming really dead, or is gaming not fun anymore? Because I've seen a lot of those videos pop up on my YouTube recommended this year. I've been seeing hella like, oh, gaming's dead, gaming's not fun anymore. And honestly, I'm surprised people are even saying that. To me, this was an amazing year in gaming, like an amazing year in gaming, because we had amazing games like Tekken 8 come out, Sarking Zero, Metaphor ReFantazio. At the beginning of the year, we had Persona 3, Shin Megami Tensei 5, what is that called? Vengeance came out, the Persona 5 Royal of Shin Megami Tensei 5. I might get that. I have the original Shin Megami Tensei 5 on my Switch. I haven't played it all that much. I played it a bunch when I first got it, and then I kind of fell off of it. More of a Persona fan, but I do like the SMT I like the whole like universe type of thing, and I want to get into it, so I might get that one and just play that instead of getting through the original, because if it's anything like Royal, it's probably like was probably like the original game plus. You know, Royal just makes Persona 5 such a much better game. And I haven't even beaten Royal, and I feel like a fake fan for even saying that. But look, that's because when I played Royal, to get to the secret dungeon, you know, because it's basically the same as regular Persona 5, but that secret dungeon and stuff at the end, if you want to get all the good, juicy new content, I didn't do all the prerequisites for that. I didn't know that this game was going to do it, had it behind prerequisites. So I was 80 hours in, and my friend was like, yeah, make sure you do all this stuff before this day. I'm like, bro, it's been past that day. And they're like, did you do it? And I was like, nah. And I got pissed, so I stopped playing because I really wanted to get that extra stuff. But it just made my 80 hours of gameplay not useless because I was still playing the game, but like kind of pointless because I already beat the game and I was trying to get to the new stuff, and I didn't know I needed to do that to get to the new stuff. And ever since then, I haven't played the game. So yeah, that's how that worked. That's how that worked. Am I a little salty? Yeah, if you couldn't tell. But that's besides the fact. I mean, you hear the Persona music in the background. That was Persona 3 earlier. Now it's Persona 5. Like, big fan. I might have, that might have happened, but we do not care because we love Persona. But yeah, so I think that gaming is so fun. I think if you're saying gaming's not fun, you need to change the games that you're playing. That's all it is. You really just need to change the games you're playing, because you just need to open yourself up to newer games and check out a bunch of games that, you know, might not be in the field of the games you usually play, because maybe the field of your game that you usually play have gotten horribly corporatized. You know, let's just be honest, because it's the people in the suits up at the top that don't know what they're talking about that are making all the gaming suggestions. You know, they're just money hungry. They're just money hungry, bro. They don't really care about anything when it comes to the true meaning of games, bro. Like, they see games as a product. They don't see games as art. So they try to make the best product instead of making a masterpiece. And that is the essential problem with gaming right now and the people that are making them. And that's just how I feel, because I feel like a lot of people don't think gaming is art. And I'm really a big, what is the word? I don't want to say, I don't know. I'm a big believer in the fact that games are art. Games are most definitely art. Games are one of the biggest forms of art. If movies are art, games are, because game takes everything that it takes to make a good movie, that it takes to make a good TV show, a bunch of stuff like that and more. You know, great stories, great acting, great plot lines, you know, just stuff that captivates people. And then on top of that, you need great art, and then on top of that, you need to make a great game that plays very well. It's like there's a whole third dimension because of the fact that it's a game in the first place, so it's add on another part on top of that. It's just, gaming is just so insane. It's just so amazing. Hold on, let me take a second here and look at this. Oops. Oh, I did not want to buy that shit. Fuck, I've never seen that guy before. What did I just get? You get minus 10% to restore someone you take. I guess. Whatever. Yes, I am. This is recording is live while I am talking, so yeah. Take a sip of some soda. But yeah, I really feel like you're just playing the wrong games. Like, and you should try out a bunch of different, what's the word, genres, because gaming is not only 3 genres. It's not action, adventure, and shooters, you know? That's a lot of the games that the main people usually play. Are sports games as well. Man, if you play sports games and you play Call of Duty and stuff like that, man, your life is probably like, man, you probably think gaming is over. Like, unless Black Ops 6 is really good, which I haven't really looked into it too much. I heard that Zombies was great. I'm a big Zombies guy, so I might end up getting it because I do enjoy Zombies a lot. Zombies is something I've always played, so I can see me getting the game for the Zombies if it's as good as people are hyping it up. But at the end of the day, I'm not a big COD guy. You know, I used to play the CODs all the time, but that's because, like, I just got them, you know? I got them because Zombies was on them back at the Black Ops days, and then we started getting them because, you know, Warzone and stuff was pretty good. But then they went up and changed all of the Warzone stuff, and I kind of fell off, and I was never that on top of it anyway. Like, I'm not someone, once the game loads up, I'm like, oh yeah, time to get all my skins, time to hit all my mastery and all my camos. There you go. I never played COD like that. I know the whole unlocking stuff is one of the big parts of the game. And for me, I never really, I was never big on unlocking stuff like that. So I don't know. I do enjoy the arcadey feel. Like, I'll load up a good COD to run around and just shoot at people for a while with my brain off. That's what I enjoy COD for. Or to load up some zombies with the homies and do that for a while. You know, not really for the You know, like getting the game every year. I don't know. That game just, I don't think those games should come out every year because I'm a believer they are the same thing, like these sports games. So like that's what I was wrapping back around to. These games just feel, at least those two genres, they feel like they just drop the same game every year, and the people that are playing them, like, no offense, not any, there's nothing offensive, I was about to say, but they get them every year. So the people that are making them are like, oh, we can slack off because we got something that will hit every year. Well, you know, at least 1 million people will buy this game every year, so we don't got to try that hard every year. So year after year, they're trying less and less and less and less because they're selling more and more and more and more, and the games are getting worse and worse and worse and worse because they have no real competition. Like, who's the competitor to COD? Nobody. It was Battlefield, but then 2042 came out and they shit the bed, and now we're never getting another Battlefield game. And then you got that one Ubisoft game, I don't even remember the name of it. That's what happened to that game. That game was like, oh, this is the COD killer. It was free. I played it. It was I remember playing it. It was fun. It was fun for the week we played it. That is the other thing that gaming's on it's such a volatile landscape right now. It's so like not hit or miss, but it's like, oh, we'll get this game for a little bit, we'll play this game for a little bit, and then boom, it's gone forever. We'll play this game for a little bit, boop, the game fell off the face of the earth. It's like that game was never even a game that people played in the first place. Like, I don't even remember the name of that game that Ubisoft came out with that was supposed to be a COD killer. That's how crazy it is. That's just how I feel. Like, maybe you could say Valorant goes up against COD, but even, well, you know, Valorant is on console now, which is actually kind of cool, but I don't see it as a competitor to COD because it's a whole different thing. If the only thing it'd be a competitor to the most maybe is Siege, because that's almost, it's not the same type of gameplay you're getting there, but it's very similar. And I guess, you know what, COD does have search and destroy. I don't know how heavy people do play search like that, and if that's really something like, you know, I know that pro COD plays search and things like that, but the bigger casual fan base isn't big search players, I'm pretty sure, because I never really played search that much when I was playing the game. You know, I just ran up a lot of TDM, hardcore, deathmatch, and what's it called, domination, maybe hardpoint. I just loaded in TDM and just turned my brain off and ran around and shot niggas and quick scope, then miss half my shots. Yeah, I really think that you just gotta try different games, brothers. I mean, I really am just telling you that these games, there's so many amazing games out here, and that's one of the main reasons I'm playing Hades 2, because this is an amazing game. Hades 1 is one of my favorite games of all time, and it made me look at the roguelike genre as a whole. You know, I haven't really played anything like that. The only game like that I played like that was Binding of Isaac on the PlayStation 4, just randomly, because it was a game like almost everyone played on their PS4, and I believe it was free at some point. But I was just like, okay, this is cool. But then I was just like, maybe this could be cooler if it was a different concept per se. You know, maybe if it was like, take this aspect of the game, because I enjoyed it, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I would have liked how Hades was. You know, I didn't like the whole shooting water and all that stuff. I like slamming shit, swords and shields and all that good stuff, and this game has exactly that. And I really feel like roguelikes is an amazing genre of games. It's one of my favorite genres because it's like almost infinite playability. If you enjoy the way the game plays, you can sit down and play these games for hours. And then when they're co-op, like Risk of Rain, brother, you're not putting those games down if you have friends that enjoy playing them as well, because every run is so different. It's so fun to see how busted your character is in this way, or you get your character busted in that way. My fault. Over here dying talking about video games. I just got really excited talking about Risk of Rain 2. Great music as well. I just think that game is also something that that throws us back to a time of co-op. It's just really enjoyable as well. I really feel like that's something that has been forgotten as well, that people do love co-op. People love playing alongside their friends. Oh, Helldivers 2, another amazing game, but I believe that game came out this year too, didn't it? No, I think that game came out last year. I can't remember. Look, Helldivers 2, another amazing game. You know, I'm just gonna look it up. You're gonna see me open up the browser right now. All right. Helldivers 2 came out Okay, it came out at the beginning of this year. Helldivers 2. That should have been a bomb wake up call to just a lot of people. Like, just make a super awesome PvE co-op game. Even they fumbled at some point. They fumbled crazy at one point. And people kept making. People made a game like this. Imagine a Helldivers mixed with a the Warhammer Space Marine game. I haven't even played that. I do want to play that game because the game looks sick. But imagine that mixed with this and like an alien invade. Well, that basically is kind of how it is. But like it played more like the. You know what? These games are kind of similar. I think last time I checked. But the Space Marine game is way more like you're just crazy. You're just destroying people left and right. Instead of Helldivers, you're kind of getting destroyed left and right. So yeah, I don't want to say about those two games combined because those two games actually do a great job because Space Marine is co-op. I forgot about that. So yeah, that Space Marine game is amazing. Plus it being co-op makes it just an absolute blast to play alongside with your friends. And then there's amazing games like the Elden Ring DLC that came out this year that people absolutely love. Elden Ring is a game I need to play as well. I was like, oh, maybe I can play a game like that when I do this recording, but I was like, I cannot play Elden Ring because you gotta focus like crazy playing something like that, and I don't think I could do that while talking. On this boss fight, I'm gonna get a little quiet. I'm just let myself take some damage because I have the armor, and I'm just gonna do as much as possible. All right. Hold on, let me tee up. Boom, boom. Boom. Boom, boom. Come on, don't miss. There we go. Yeah, but like honestly, I think our saviors in gaming right now for a little bit are going to be those AA and indie studios. People that made games like this. I don't want to say Baldur's Gate is a AA studio because are they AA? What is it, Larian? But because like they're not headed by anyone really huge and they don't have like Halibret or anything like that. But they made an absolutely amazing game. And you know why they made an amazing game? Because it's a game. It was a studio of gamers listening to gamers making a game for gamers. Like I don't know why do people think they can? Oh come on, that shit really chased me down. A lot of people that don't even play games think they know what people that like games want. And then the craziest part to me is the developers will say the fan base don't know what they want. I'm like, bro, don't you play games too? Shouldn't you know deep down that this is not something people really want? I know that you work closely with it, but you gotta see yourself on the outside here. Like people aren't really playing this game, not because they hate y'all or anything, but the game really just isn't that great of a game, you know? Not in like an offensive way, like, oh, you guys suck at making a game, but just more of like in a like, you know, like, come on, like, you know what you made. Like, I don't know how else to put it. Like, I don't want to say like, oh, you're an idiot for thinking people were gonna play this in the first place, because you never know until you try, I guess, because at the end you'll be surprised which games people play like that. But I just think it's crazy that they flip and turn the blame onto the consumer. They're like, you idiots don't know what you want. You idiots don't know what real gaming is. I'm like, oh yeah, and the people in the suits that told y'all to make this game do, like, it just don't make any sense. And I know that they have some of their creativity that goes into it, because they people in the suits be like, I want a game that is this, that makes. They're like, I want a live action game with a battle pass that people want to buy skins forever, and they want to play it, come to it every day, and they spend money. I want a live action battle pass. You see Fortnite, do Fortnite. I'm like, bro, Fortnite is old. Fortnite's old news. The only people that can do Fortnite is Fortnite. They're like, oh yes, Concord. You know, they were like, oh, do Overwatch but better, and they did not. I don't even know why. Like, that game was 8 years in the making, and they were like, yeah, this game was cool 8 years ago. Let's see if people enjoyed 8 years later. No, all people do is complain about Overwatch 8 years later. Overwatch won Game of the Year, and now everyone hates that game. Now, Overwatch is, unironically, Overwatch is my favorite FPS. It's a game I enjoyed a lot when I first played it, and I played it a lot I won't say growing up, but that game did come out while I was still in high school. I'm no longer in high school, but I did play it a lot. So I played it like every day for a while. That was like my main game. And how good did I get? I didn't get as good as I would like to say, but I was just playing a game. I would just play Hanzo and Genji the whole time, and I wasn't like the best at them because this is just around when I first got my laptop and just started learning how to PC game like that, and I was doo-doo dog butter at aiming, and I did not care. Hanzo, Genji, auto lock every time, bro. And yeah, I mean, I was having a great time on that game. I was having a great time. I wanted to try and win, but I was still having a great time no matter how bad I was, because those games were just good games at the end of the day. And I really feel like we're missing the core aspect of gamers first. You know, it's at the end of the day, it's gamers first. We all know that the people that are going to be playing these games are the gamers. It's not this random casual market that doesn't exist of all the people that don't play games. Gaming is already a huge ass economy. What is with trying to bring more people in? People will come in once you make something great. If you make a good ass game, and you know, depending on the game, people are going to come in and want to play those games. Stardew Valley probably brought in a lot of gamers, you know. My girlfriend doesn't really play games, but you know what? The first game she really played like that and really enjoyed, Mario Odyssey. I don't even know if that is such a random game, honestly. Besides like the regular games that she would like, she likes Sims a lot. You know, Sims is kind of like a game that people see as like, oh, a lot of girls like Sims. For whatever reason, I have no idea. But you know, Sims is a girly game, and I do like Sims as well. You know, I played Sims before my girlfriend did, but my girlfriend has played way more Sims than me, even though I played it before her. And that's because she really likes that game. But Sims and Mario Odyssey are two games that she enjoys a lot. And Odyssey, if Odyssey was a bad game, I bet you she wouldn't even know what Mario Odyssey is at the end of the day. So that's what I want to say. At that first, damn, I just took hella damage. Frame 1, you got to worry about making a good game. Frame 2, then you worry about trying to make it appealing to other people. Like another thing, because I did bring up games like Tekken and what else did I say? Sparking Zero, fighting games, which, you know, fighting games take, you know, a certain person to really enjoy, because those games can be seen as more difficult in a way. But at the same time, Valorant is a very, very difficult game. At its core, yeah, it's a harder game to master for sure. But it has a huge casual fan base, bro. Like, people just love that game because it's just fun. The skins are amazing, the characters are enjoyable, they're likable, and it's just a good game overall, and that's what matters the most. Valorant wasn't made to appeal to the casuals and appeal to people that don't play games. Valorant was made for people that like FPSs and were looking for a new competitive shooter to get into that took the genre in a certain way, and people trust Riot's judgment on those type of games because Riot knows how to make a competitive game because they did so much with League of Legends, and they did League of Legends so well. And League of Legends is a game that a lot of people like, that a lot of people play with an insane I don't want to say insane skill ceiling, number one, but an insane what's it called, learning curve. The learning curve on that game is steep as I don't know what, bro. I don't even know how to play that game. I tried learning how to play that game like 4 or 5 years ago, and I was like, bro, I don't even know if I want to play this, because this is a lot, you know. I might try. I've never really gotten to a MOBA before. I think I'm gonna try. If I'm gonna try anything, I'm gonna try that Dragon Ball MOBA that's coming out earlier. That's coming out early next year. Of course, it's gonna be Dragon Ball. Look, y'all already get used to me talking about Dragon Ball up here, but yeah, I really feel like that those games do great because, you know, at the core, they're just a good game with good mechanics that people enjoy. You know, not a game that people that were made. It's like, it's almost backwards. It's almost like they did it backwards. You know, they made a game for people that don't even play games. So how are you going to get those people to play your game if they don't play games in the first place? You get what I'm saying? Like, oh, these are maybe people that have never played games like that. We want to get them in. Okay, so what did you do to appeal to them to come in and play these games? Oh, the characters look cool. If they don't play games, the characters are not going to get them in. I promise you, there's hundreds of cooler characters across the entire gaming landscape. Hundreds of cooler characters. The character in this game is cool as shit, and she's cooler than all the characters in fucking Concord, for example. That's the best thing I think of because that's the latest shutdown, the latest craziest happening. But oh yes, I'm just saying, like, honestly, I really feel like, I don't want to say, like, I don't know what it takes to make a game, but I really feel like all these plunders have been crazy. Like, I don't know how people are messing up this insane to this level when we know what we want, and people should know what gamers want. I mean, just look around on the internet, just look around what people are saying. You should be able to find exactly what people want to make and what people want to play, just from doing that alone. So I just feel like it's crazy when they make all these weird games and they're always confused when they don't do well, when no one ever said we wanted something like this. No one was ever expressing a want or need for a game like this. And a lot of time people come out with games out of nowhere that were like, oh snap, what is this? Like Baldur's Gate 3, where like most people don't even know what that is and they get it and have a great time. That's because they're already established with it. You know, they made a game and people have played it and people were like, this is an amazing game. And they're like, yo, you need to play this, you need to come over here. You need to play this, you need to come over here. You need to play this, you need to come over here. That's what people do. You know, it's the word of mouth. That's what gets people in. But if you make a dookie game, the word of mouth is going to be, this game is ass. Do not waste your time with this game. People are like, damn, for real? All right, bet. And then you're like, whoa, you know, play the game for yourself and see if you like it. I ain't spending money on this game. If everyone said the game is ass, the game ass, it's ass, you know? So that's just how it is. That's how I feel like it is going for this gaming, whole gaming landscape right now. And I really feel like it's a little disingenuous to say gaming's dead or that no one likes, or there's no good games out right now, because there's hella good games coming out, and there's so many more games coming out that are just absolutely amazing, that just putting a lot of companies on notice, I feel like, is what should. Oh, I'm dead. Okay, kind of ran into that, but yeah, it's putting a lot of companies on notice, and they're talking about, oh, games need a whole new rework. We don't know what people really want. We need to figure out what kind of games to make because the market isn't responding the way we thought it would. Well, maybe you should do the complete opposite. You know, maybe you should do the complete opposite, because obviously you don't know what you're talking about in the first place. But I don't know. I kind of just wanted to rant about the future of gaming, and just want to say it's not dead, man. If you think gaming is dead, try out a new game. Try out a whole new genre of gaming. I would say if you ever play Hades 1, I'd recommend picking that up. If you want to try a fighting game, play Street Fighter 6 or Tekken 8. Street Fighter 6 is an amazing game. I've been pouring hours into Street Fighter 6, and I've never really played a Street Fighter like this at all. Like I play Street Fighter. I played Tekken a lot growing up, and even then I didn't play that game that seriously. I was still smacking the controller. Smacked the controller too when I played Street Fighter growing up. And now I've really like, all right, let me actually learn how to play these games. And Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8 are really, I started learning Tekken more on Tekken 7. That's why I'm not really going to say Tekken 8 here. More Street Fighter 6 is really great at letting you learn the ropes and the basics of a Street Fighter game in general. So I would highly recommend playing that if you want to try out something else where you still go against people. Now, if you want a team game to play, I don't know, play some co-op games, man. Run some Risk of Rain, or if you want to play like bosses and shit, run an Elden Ring. Like, there's just so many amazing games out there, and for people to be saying gaming is dead is so disingenuous. I feel like it's just so wrong. There's so many amazing games that come out all day, every day, and if you just give other games a chance and you just play as another genre and just get out of this hole that you've dug yourself into, where it's just bad game after bad game. Like, oh my god, just play a different game. I don't know how people pigeonhole, like they're gamers and then they're like, oh, we play these games. Yeah, I don't know, that just feels so against gaming to me. Gaming and not playing all the games or most of the games that there is. I get it if you don't like a certain genre. Like me, I'm not the biggest like what type of game would I say? I don't know, like Civilization, games like that. Those aren't exactly my forte, you know, but there could be a type of game like that I can like, you know, but game like that point jumps out, I'm like, oh, I'll try it. Like Stardew Valley is one of my favorite games, and that's not a game that really screams, you know, Jay Budokai to me, you know, like you see, I play a lot of Dragon Ball. Persona 5 Royal is my favorite game of all time, or Persona 5 in general, you know, it's my favorite game of all time, you know. That's not as surprising because I do love JRPGs. I grew up playing JRPGs. I do love playing like Pokemon, and I enjoy Dragon Quest growing up and things like that. So if you know me, that's not really that surprising. But from the outside looking in, you might be like, wow, okay, I didn't know you play games like that. I played every game. I play every game. If I like it, I play it. That's me. So I really feel like people need to take chances on those games, on JRPGs, RPGs in general, on other genres like roguelikes and fighting games. Just give new genres a chance and just, you know, go in, man, and enjoy yourself, and just don't take it so serious. You know, it's gaming. You're here to have fun at the end of the day. And I tell those people that are making games, you know what people like. You know what people want. You know, you see what has succeeded. See what's worked, what works well. And don't just try and just do that. Don't just be like, take your homework and do it a little bit better. No, you want to build upon it. You know, what is art? Art is the best art is best when imitated but made better. You know, a lot of things are imitations of another form of art, but worked upon. You know, a lot of things are inspired by something, you know. So like Dragon Ball in general has inspired a bunch of animes. Like, oh, I was inspired by Dragon Ball, and some of them don't even look like Dragon Ball. You couldn't even tell it was inspired by Dragon Ball, but without Dragon Ball, this game wouldn't exist, or I mean this anime wouldn't exist. So, you know, take your inspirations from stuff and then build on top of that. Don't just try and do what worked because it worked. You know, we gotta do new stuff still at the end of the day. But yeah, that's just gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy something like this. I'm gonna try and do more of these, maybe once a week or something, where I'll talk about some topic for like 30 minutes or less, or maybe more. How I'm feeling, how yapping I'm feeling. Kind of like a solo podcast, I guess. Solo shortcast. I mean, it could get long, so. But yeah, that's gonna be it for your boy. Let me know some other things you guys want to talk about. How do you guys feel about the landscape of gaming down below? That's gonna be it for me. See ya.